he gonna get a ticket if they got a light there. That could have been the end of me, or I could have got me a new car. Dude, like, ran the freaking light. I had the turning light, and he just went, because I want to say he saw the green turn left signal and assumed it was for him to turn. That's the only reason that makes any logical sense for him just darting out there. And luckily, I was paying attention. That just wouldn't have been fun. That's just not how I'm trying to spend my time. Because he was like, he had the proper speed. He was like at 35, 40 if we would have connected. But he would have just hit the front end like so. I probably wouldn't have died. But my car would have been. But I would have still had to embrace the impact, and that's where it's not fun. And I do have airbags, and that could have set it off. I got on glasses that could have slapped me in the face. Boom, bap, 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 whoop, whap, bam. Types of shit I'm on you wouldn't understand. So, I mean, I would like to have a new car. Other than that, I love my car. I have a very fine ride.
At work with 102.9.
We're going 3 hours before all together. What's up, Brady? Perfect song for the topic. I like the feeling you're giving me. Just hold me, baby, and I'm in ecstasy. Oh, I'll be working from 9 to 5. The going things just to keep your side to shine. My day is amazing. How about you, bro? It's hot though. It's really warm. You going to the fair? Word. What fair are you going to? I plan on hitting up our state fair before it's over. Molly Maisie. What state is your fair in? Watertown. What state is that? Watertown. But anyway, yeah, I'm definitely planning on hitting up my state fair. I gotta look to see what acts are playing. Hit it up and see one of those acts. Also, one of the casinos further up north has got Keisha Cole and Little Kim and oh god, one more chick. I can't think of her right now. Keisha Cole, Little Kim, and oh man, I can't think of it. But band, New York. All right. Hey, you know what? That would definitely be like something if I just took flight somewhere just to go check out a state fair. You know, especially get my ticket in advance. Might not for this year because they're already going. You know, but for next year for sure. I mean, like I could get lucky, you know, and get a pretty cheap flight, especially if I'm gonna look on that, see how long some state fairs are going. Look out, and if not, I mean, New York. I want to hit up New York so bad. I think that'd be so cool. But if not there, then you know, another state, one a little closer to me or something. But that would be pretty cool. I think, you know, pretty good for the content, right? Sometime, come on, be my girl. I wanna make you mine. Like I said, that song fits perfectly for the topic at hand. Do you feel like if somebody presses charges against you and they're false, especially they find out that they're false charges, that it was just a mother freaker being emotional, you know, mad because you want to leave, let's just say, because that's usually how it goes. Somebody mad, you want to leave, male or female, and now they feel that I want on a scary ride. Okay, that's what's up. I'm not too big on scary rides, but male or female, they mad because somebody don't want to be with them, and then they do something silly because of the moment, because they're mad. Roblox. I don't play Roblox. I did, let me say, when it was first, before it got really popular. No wonder it's taking so long to get back here, because it is traffic. But you know, who knew that it was going to be such a fashion? So anyway, like I said, how do you feel about the fact that somebody presses some charges against you that were, especially once it's proven that they were false, they were just really emotionally driven? Should that person pay a fine and or spend time in jail too? You know, so I lost everybody when I started talking about some real shit, but that's what my you know, post was about. For these titles, I definitely feel yes, hell yes, because it happened to me, you know, and it was just out of somebody just being mad. But I had to drive like a few hundred miles a couple of times, you know, like gas, notary, getting copies of stuff, getting things, I mean, just, you know, to where it's like, you know, at the end of the day, it's like, okay, hey, you're free to go, have a good life. Where's my compensation? That person now that had me going through a bunch of unnecessary grief for nothing, you know? No, I know now, who knows, maybe I could have did it over the computer, I don't know, you know, as far as me stepping in, but too many times people get away with stuff, especially like, you know, a girl can just say, hey, this person, or a dude, but this person did something to me, and I'm mad, because a girl, she can hit herself, you know, and now it can be emotionally or physical, but nonetheless, my whole point is, if somebody is found to have made some false allegations against you, you go to court, you go to jail for a day, anything. Should they suffer some repercussions? I definitely feel like yes, because one, that should change somebody's thoughts. They'll think twice before they say, you know what, I'm gonna fix you, even for a hot minute, you know. Now, my last video, I said, anybody got any suggestions about, you know, if you wanted to make some 5 digits, you know, I said 15,000, it could be 20, be 30, 50,000. Look at this old dude, he's looking on down, he got his Porsche. Yeah, you know, he got the old school license plate, so he probably, that's his ride, but he swerving around because he all focused on other stuff. let him get in. Now he don't want to hit that ride. Yeah, he get it fixed, but still, it's something about when your car is original. It's not about getting fixed, and you hit somebody, and the older, or somebody hits you, the older, all the more you're just like, especially because the thing is when your car, the older it gets, even if you have insurance, the insurance company will be like, well, the damages is this, but the blue look on your car is this, because that happened to a friend too. They got rear-ended, their car got totaled. Their car not only got just totaled, they ended up going to buy a new car and basically spending thousands more than they would have, because their car was perfectly fine. So, but anyway, back to, like I said, nobody's driving and kind of chiming in. Probably the silly ass broad that did it to me is watching it. But, hey, Kadia. Somebody makes some false allegations against you. You go to court. You may go to jail. You may for a moment while you're going through this have all your rights, stricken. Now you got to worry about, you could be in a place, but if that other person that accuses you shows up, they could call on you and you could end up going to jail. Because there's like a 500 feet. You got to be in distance of somebody. Some crazy stuff. So, like, things got to get better. They putting tariffs on this and they got lost for that. But what about that type of thing? Some real shit that goes on a daily. I done lost everybody now, but it's real. It's some real deal Holyfield. I'm gonna make it short. I get more views that way. That must have been her, because one person they left. You're crazy. Bitch is a female dog that has lactated. And you didn't know. Like, you could go into PetSmart and say, where's the bitch products? Ain't nobody gonna get mad. That's why, for argument's sake, for educational purposes only, the word bitch, it's not a bad word. So for you females that have been a mother and your boobies have milked, own that rite of passage and let a motherfucker know. It ain't just bitches, Miss Bombay bitch to you. Don't get all mad about that word. Let's grow out of all those little childish things. Now, yes, it is about a thing of how you use it in context. Somebody's trying to hurt your feelings. Was that same about the movie Undercover? And they had said, what's the difference between a Negro and a Negro? And was it Lawrence Fishburne's? Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne, his character said, well, only a Negro would respond to that. Makes sense to me. So, girls, stop getting offended. Taking things too far. Guys, girls alone. If somebody's in a relation or a circumstance with you, whether you're married or if you're just dating, if they want to leave, okay. Salvage it. Walk away politely. You could still keep an association, a friendship, or maybe like regain, that relationship years later. But don't get all, like I said, people get all emotional and like, oh, you're leaving me. They'll wanna fight you, fight you and call the cops on you. That's stupid. It's really silly. People not people, But the courts will let these people get away with these things, and they need to be held accountable. Especially once it's proven that you made a false allegation, a false charge. You know, the taxpayers deserve retribution. That's what I'm saying. Whether, okay, if you don't want to send them to jail for a day, no, a couple of days. They need to go. They need to bend over, cough, change the clothes. They need to stay in there. Or they pay a hefty fine. Doesn't matter if they own welfare and everything. They food stamps get cut. It doesn't matter. But there should be circumstances. What's the word I'm looking for? There should be repercussions for one's negative actions, especially when they give false allegations. You know, like I said, because they've wasted a lot of people's money. Like for me, I feel like, especially mine goes so much deeper. You know, it's like coulda, woulda, shoulda. I definitely had a right to turn around and repress charges on, at the time, the supposed victim, when I was in fact the victim. But I'm going to give it on to God. I'm going to just give it to God. Or my positive divine almighty, the one that can deliver punishment. You know, and it's not a God. It's because gods that's just it. People got all kind of gods. Oh boy. Well, you need to get over too, or drive. Oh boy. Excuse me. Yeah. People don't, I guess, like just want to hear me out, but anyway. Besides the title, my last short. Any suggestions on how to make? I said 15,000. Let's make it 50. 50 would be better. $50,000 legally in 2 weeks or less. Because it's possible. That's shit. That's why I got some Omega brain. Get my brain focused. Because I know a way. My brain just got to be really focused. But I'm just like, is there any other way? Oh yeah, and tax-free too. Just all cash. That ain't cash. You know. Oh Jesus. Because man, I hit it damn. I mean, that's just it. I hate, like, well, I don't hate it, but like, I hit it. The 2 jackpot hand pays that I have gotten were all just barely over $1,200. And it's just like, you cut lavender. What is it, like free? I like lavender. But, you know, and I'm just like, then I seen that somebody, and I was just up at Thunder Valley like a week ago or something, and somebody had, they hit the grand 500,000, man. Can you do that? I need to do that. I need to do that. I want to do that. Will I? Jeez. But right now, you know, how could I get 50 grand? What do I want the 50 grand? I want to just move to Vietnam. Visit, but check out Laos, is the Asian country. I want to move to Asia. And, yeah. That 50,000 could hold me over for a good amount of time. Cause see, I'm gonna have to come back. I'm gonna go to the closest state. I'm gonna come back every 28 days to the United States. 2 days and then go back. And then I'll be set. For life. Heck yeah. I mean, tell me that's not a good idea. And then I'll, you know, I'll start something over there. I'll cook some soul food over there to keep me another income going in. Hell yeah. Load up to stock up on seasonings from Walmart.